Tonight, something happened in Washington that will be remembered for decades. Asterisk. That's how Lawrence O'Donnell opened his broadcast on July 1st, 2025. No polite introductions. No soft light-ins. Just a jarring reality, a bombshell testimony. Delivered to Congress earlier? Today might change the future of the 2024 election investigation and possibly bring criminal charges against some of the most powerful people in American politics. Asterisk, this isn't just another political story. It's a firestorm, and the fuse has been lit. Asterisk earlier today. Former White House Chief of Staff Eli Thomas, once a quiet background player, took the stand under subpoena and shattered months of Republican denials. Oath. Thomas confirmed direct conversations about pressuring state officials to overturn the election results and even named names. Asterisk and yes. The former president's name was mentioned multiple times. Asterisk O'Donnell with his signature calm, but cutting delivery called the testimony the turning point in the congressional investigation. According to him, the evidence presented was so compelling, so detailed, and so damning that even some Republican strategists are privately panicking. Asterisk. So what exactly was said? What was the reaction inside the Capitol? And what does this mean for the DOJ in 2024? Let's break it all down. Asterisk. When Eli Thomas walked into that packed congressional hearing room, he looked like any other former government official. Graying hair, a neatly pressed suit, a practiced calm. But inside, sources say he was nervous, and for good reason, under oath. Thomas testified about a now infamous December 2024 meeting at the White House, where senior advisors allegedly discussed how to delay the electoral vote certification, the goal. By time to pressure Republican-controlled states into submitting alternate slates of electors, even though the popular vote had clearly gone to Biden. Asterisk, according to Thomas, the former president was aware of the plan, approved of it, and encouraged it. Boom, that's the quote. O'Donnell replayed again and again on his show. But that wasn't all. Asterisk Thomas brought emails. He brought text messages. He even revealed that a private Signal app group, nicknamed the Final Strategy, was used to coordinate messaging between White House staff, media allies, and state legislators. Asterisk one message, dated December 27, 2024, read, Asterisk POS wants PA and AZ locked in. Delay everything. If Pence folds, it's over. That message was shown on screen during the hearing and again on the last word. This isn't speculation anymore, Lawrence told viewers. This is documented. This is deliberate. And this is criminal. Asterisk. The room went dead silent. During Thomas's testimony, even members of the GOP sat motionless as the documents were read aloud. Asterisk. And then came the kicker, a handwritten note from the former president himself, scribbled during a strategy session. Asterisk, greater than we lose if we play fair. Delay, confuse, create chaos. Asterisk, it's no wonder social media exploded. Within an hour, hashtag Final Strategy was trending on X, formerly Twitter. And millions of Americans started asking the same question. Asterisk, what happens next? Asterisk, 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 the fallout was instant and vicious. Asterisk, Democratic leaders immediately demanded that the Department of Justice open a new investigation based on Thomas's sworn statements. Senator Elizabeth Warren called the testimony a criminal confession on behalf of a corrupt presidency. Representative Jamie Raskin, appearing on MSNBC just minutes after the hearing, called for emergency oversight hearings into the DOJ's actions or inaction over the past 6 months. Asterisk, even more shocking, a few Republican voices started to crack. Asterisk, Congressman Brian Caldwell of Pennsylvania, a staunch Trump ally, released a vague but notable statement. Asterisk, if these claims are accurate, we must treat them with the seriousness they deserve. Asterisk, in D.C., that's code for, we're not going down with this ship. Asterisk, meanwhile, Speaker Mike Johnson was noticeably silent throughout the day. Dodging reporters and avoiding press briefings altogether, Asterisk Lawrence O'Donnell didn't hold back. This is the moment, he said, when silence becomes complicity. Asterisk key. Also noted that Thomas, a lifelong Republican and once a close aide to the former president, had nothing to gain from this. This isn't a man looking for a book deal, O'Donnell said. This is a man who knows history is watching. Asterisk, outside the Capitol, protesters gathered, waving signs that read, "Protect our vote and jail the coup." Asterisk, inside Washington. Total chaos. Asterisk, asterisk, with these explosive revelations now in the public. All eyes are on one man, Attorney General Merrick Garland. Asterisk for months. Critics have accused the DOJ of dragging its feet, refusing to go after powerful political figures for fear of appearing partisan. But after today's hearing, that position may no longer be tenable. Asterisk Lawrence O'Donnell made it clear. Either the Department of Justice acts, or it becomes part of the cover-up. Asterisk tonight, insiders say there is movement behind closed doors. According to MSNBC sources, Special Counsel Jack Smith, already investigating election interference, has requested unedited transcripts and all evidence provided by Eli Thomas. That includes encrypted message logs and internal memos from the White House communications team. Asterisk legal experts on the last word panel were blunt. This kind of coordination could qualify as conspiracy to defraud the United States, a federal crime. But there's a catch. Timing. If charges are to be filed, they need to happen before the 2026 midterms to avoid looking overtly political. That leaves a narrow window for prosecutors. O'Donnell laid it out simply. Greater than this isn't just about accountability. This is about protecting democracy before it's too late. Asterisk, and for millions watching, especially independent voters who helped decide the 2024 election. That message may be resonating. Asterisk, asterisk, by the end of the broadcast, Lawrence O'Donnell issued a final warning, not just to politicians, but to the American people. Asterisk, history doesn't always repeat itself. Sometimes it escalates. And tonight we saw the escalation. Asterisk. So what happens next? Asterisk, congressional committees are already drafting subpoenas for 3 more former Trump aides, who are allegedly part of the final strategy chat group. DOJ insiders say indictments are possible within weeks. And behind the scenes, there are whispers that even former Vice President Mike Pence may be asked to testify under oath about what he knew and when. Asterisk, meanwhile, 2026 campaign ads have already begun rolling out in battleground states, many featuring clips from today's hearing, highlighting the threats to democracy. Asterisk, it's no longer just about 2024. It's about whether the system can survive the next storm. Asterisk, Lawrence ended the show with a single question, one that sent chills across living rooms in America. Asterisk, if we don't act now. The reverberations from Eli Thomas's testimony didn't stop at U.S. borders. Asterisk, by the next morning, headlines across the globe were blaring. Asterisk, America's democracy crisis deepens. The Guardian UK asterisk, former Trump official drops bombshell. In Washington, Der Spiegel Germany asterisk, is the American experiment failing? Al Jazeera, Middle East asterisk, world leaders responded cautiously. But the message was clear. America's democratic institutions appear vulnerable. Again, French President Emmanuel Macron said at a press conference, "Greater than we believe in American democracy." But these revelations are disturbing. The world is watching. Asterisk, China's state-run media was less diplomatic. An editorial in the Global Times mockingly declared, asterisk, greater than Washington lectures the world about democracy yet its own. Leaders scheme to override voters. Asterisk, meanwhile, Russian President Vladimir Putin smirked when asked about the hearings. Asterisk, greater than looks like America has bigger problems than us, he said sarcastically. Asterisk, the global reaction was a gut punch to U.S. credibility. Analysts on MSNBC and CNN warned that foreign intelligence agencies were likely watching these hearings closely, not for information, but for blueprints. Asterisk, one intelligence expert told the last word. Asterisk, greater than, if this kind of coordination happened in the U.S., Imagine what could happen in emerging democracies. Authoritarians everywhere are learning from this. Asterisk, the damage isn't just political. It's geopolitical. It's permanent. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. The very night of the hearing, a second war exploded not in Congress, but on American TV screens. Asterisk on the last word, Lawrence O'Donnell stayed focused on facts, documents, dates, and direct quotes. But on other networks, especially far-right channels, entirely different narrative was being pushed. Asterisk Tucker Carlson, now running his own network, dismissed the hearing as a deep state performance and claimed Eli Thomas was either compromised or lying for a book deal. Asterisk on social media, fake documents were circulated within hours, attempting to discredit Thomas. AI-generated forgeries flooded Facebook and Telegram, showing him shaking hands with Biden, which never happened. Asterisk meanwhile, on X, formerly Twitter, the hashtag #DeepStateThomas began trending, pushed by thousands of anonymous accounts, suspected of being bots. O'Donnell addressed it head-on. Greater than the right-wing media is not debating the facts. They are erasing them. Asterisk, he warned viewers that the disinformation campaign is faster, more aggressive, and more automated than ever. Than 24 hours. Over 20 million views had been generated by fake stories, attempting to undermine the hearing. Asterisk, the media war isn't just noise anymore. It's a coordinated counteroffensive. Asterisk, asterisk, it didn't take long for the former president to respond. Asterisk, just after midnight. Donald Trump posted a 9-paragraph all-caps rant on Truth Social, calling Eli Thomas, ALIAR, a rat and a disgrace. To America, he accused Democrats of staging a coup and claimed Thomas wasn't even at half the meetings he's talking about. He also issued a direct threat to Congress. Greater than if they try to come after me for this, there will be consequences like never before seen in American history. Asterisk, that last line made national headlines and raised alarms at the Department of Homeland Security. Asterisk, former Trump fixer Michael Cohen appeared on The Last Word and warned viewers. Asterisk, when Trump talks like this, he's not just venting, he's activating his base. Asterisk indeed. Trump supporters began organizing Patriot Defense rallies in multiple states. Some fringe groups online began circulating maps of federal courthouses, the chilling echo of January 6th. Lawrence didn't mince words. Greater than this is not free speech. This is incitement. Asterisk, it was clear. Trump's strategy was not to defend himself. It was to burn everything down. Asterisk, asterisk, within 48 hours of the hearing, America had made up its mind, or rather, two very different minds. Asterisk, a new poll conducted by Pew Research showed 58% of Americans believe the testimony was credible and believe Trump attempted to overturn the election. However, among Republican voters, only 22% believe the testimony was truthful. Asterisk, even more shocking, 13% of GOP voters said they would support military intervention if Trump were illegally targeted. These numbers shook lawmakers. Across the country, protests flared up. New York, thousands gathered in Times Square demanding indictments. In Georgia and Arizona, pro-Trump caravans formed, flying flags that read 1776 again. Asterisk, experts fear the country is entering an era of permanent political division, not just disagreement, but reality itself split in half. Asterisk, Lawrence ended this segment of his show with a warning. Asterisk, greater than, the question isn't just what our leaders will do. The question is, what will we do as citizens? Asterisk, asterisk, with new subpoenas issued, DOJ investigators mobilizing, and Trump allies scrambling. The Last Word dedicated its final segment to the most important question of all. Asterisk, what happens now? O'Donnell outlined 3 possible paths. Scenario 1. The legal reckoning. Asterisk, Jack Smith files charges. Indictments drop. High-ranking officials, maybe even Trump, are forced to stand trial before the 2026 election. This is the rule of law scenario. But it's also the most politically explosive. Scenario 2. The cover-up wins, pressure builds, but fades. No charges, no accountability. The system buckles under political fear. O'Donnell warned this would lead to mass disillusionment and possibly violence. Asterisk. Scenario 3. The electoral showdown asterisk. Everything is delayed until November 2026, where the American people, not the courts, decide whether truth matters. A high stakes, all or nothing election that could either restore democracy or end it. Asterisk. Lawrence closed the show with a simple phrase. Asterisk. We are not waiting for history. We are making it. Asterisk. Asterisk. That.